Better late than never. It's opening day and the $324 million man is on the mound. It's the Game Day Show, starting now. Hey everybody, welcome to the opening day edition of the NYY Game Day Show, new for 2020. Finally, opening day is here. Maybe it looks like it might rain tonight in DC, but I'm hopeful that we'll have baseball. If not, we'll just do this again tomorrow. Now, a lot of you have been with me since spring training, even though that was 4 months ago. But for those of you who are just joining, want to see Gerrit Cole's highlights, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this show. So each day, each game day, I will do a bit of a pregame, talk about what's going on with the team, do a bit of analysis. Then I will go through the lineups and the starting pitcher, show the highlights, and then do a bit of post-game analysis, post-game reaction. The Yankees are in good shape this year. They open up against the Washington Nationals, who won the World Series last year. The Yankees starting pitcher will be Gerrit Cole. I'll get to that in a minute. The starting pitcher for the Washington Nationals will be the vaunted Max Scherzer. And here's what happened the last time he faced Aaron Judge in D.C.
But another thing we know, it might be as important as he rips one into left.
That pitch looked like a bit of a meatball to me, but if you look at Max Scherzer's reaction, he was definitely surprised. It's been quite a while since spring training, 133 days since baseball was shut down, to be precise. So here's a quick rundown of what you've missed. This winter, the Yankees signed one of the best pitchers in baseball to a record $324 million contract, and Gerrit Cole is taking the ball on opening day. Luis Severino is out for the year with Tommy John surgery. You can expect him back sometime around mid-2021, but he probably won't be at full strength until 2022. Speaking of Tommy John surgery, Aaron Hicks had it last fall, but he has fully recovered and will not miss a single game. Amazing. Pretty sure that's a record. James Paxton had surgery this winter on his spine, but he has had time to heal, and all indications are that he's healthy and throwing well. Aaron Judge reported to camp with a broken rib and a collapsed lung that he injured diving for a ball last September. Giancarlo Stanton pulled his calf muscle right away, but they are both healthy and they are both ready to go. Let's hope they can both fight off the growing rumblings about being injury-prone and put together a great 60-game sprint. Speaking of Giancarlo, he's the reason that Masahiro Tanaka took a 112-mile-an-hour line drive off the old coconut. The good news is he's alive and well. The bad news is he can't remember anything before 2007. DJ LeMahieu, Luis Cessa, and Aroldis Chapman all contracted coronavirus, and they may be slightly behind everyone else. So the past month or so has been odd. The Yankees reported to camp on July 1st and have been working out basically in an empty Yankee stadium, holding intra-squad games which have been aired on Yes Network, where they're pitching against each other, and that's been odd, but let's be honest, it's been kind of boring to watch because there's no stadium sounds and there's no fan noise, and the announcers are not in the ballpark. It's just been very odd. It's been a very surreal summer. And then they had a couple of scrimmage games this weekend against the Mets, and I gotta say, the Yankees all seem to be in pretty much mid-season form. Clint Frazier hit an absolute bomb into the second deck at Citi Field. Then the Yankees come back to Yankee Stadium and host the Mets. Aaron Judge hits 2 home runs. Giancarlo Stanton hit one that only gravity kept on this planet. Luke Voit hit a home run. They've looked really sharp. The only guys who've seemed to be struggling a bit are Aaron Hicks, which is understandable because he's coming back from that Tommy John surgery, and Gio Urshela hasn't done much with the bat, but he is looking good defensively. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is the schedule for the 60-game season, and then I'm going to recap the rules. I already did this in a previous episode, but since it's opening day, I want to drop this back in there so you can skip through that if you've already seen it. Then we'll do highlights and postgame. So let's take a look at this totally unique schedule for the 60-game season. The Yankees open up Thursday night against the Washington Nationals, the world champion Washington Nationals, on July 23rd. Then they have 2 games in Philadelphia before heading to the Bronx to open up Yankee Stadium in 2020 against the Phillies for a 2-game set. After that, we have the AL East matchups. We've got the Orioles, we've got the Red Sox, we've got the Rays. It's going to be a fun and competitive season. We've got some good teams in this division. The Rays, the Blue Jays, should be a fun 2 months. All right, so without further ado, let's go over some of the MLB rule changes this year. I'll try and get through this quickly. 60-game season, as I mentioned, the Yankees will only be playing the AL and NL East. There is a universal DH, which means for the first time in Major League history, we're going to have DHs in NL ballparks. Each team has a 60-player pool from which to work. The minor league season has been canceled. There will be 30 people on the active roster to begin the season, and they're going to decrease that incrementally to 26. There will be limited attendance in some ballparks. There will be no fans in others. And there will be a runner on second to begin extra innings. Not a fan of this rule. It's new. It's not really baseball in my opinion, but hey, it is what it is. We got to move these games along. Further rule changes. There will be no spitting, no high fives, and no arguments. They will be limiting the use of the baseballs. So if more than one guy touches the baseball, they're going to throw it out of play. Coaches will wear masks, and there are no scouts permitted to be in the stands at the beginning of the season. And finally, new pitchers entering the game must face at least 3 hitters or finish the inning. Here it is, your opening day lineup for the New York Yankees. The chase for 28 begins. In center field, Aaron Hicks back from Tommy John surgery. The Yankees' usual leadoff man, DJ LeMahieu, is still running behind because of COVID-19. You notice he is not in the lineup. Batting second, Aaron Judge, the big guy. He's back, he's healthy, he's been on fire. 3 home runs in his last 2 scrimmage games. Batting third at shortstop, Gleyber Torres. He should have a great 60 games. I'm really excited about him. Giancarlo Stanton, healthy for now at DH. Brett Gardner in left field. He is the longest tenured New York Yankee. Gary Sanchez behind the dish. He has been tearing it up in recent workouts. Luke Voit at first base. Gio Urshela, defensive whiz who finally learned how to hit last season, at third base. And Tyler Wade, known more for his versatility than for his offense, in there batting ninth. My pick to click, Giancarlo Stanton. He started off the year in 2018 with 2 big home runs. He's got a chip on his shoulder this year. Look for him to come up big. And on the mound, number 45, the man you've all been waiting for, Gerrit Cole, making his Yankees debut. He was 20-5 last year and led the American League in strikeouts. See how he does in his Yankees debut right now.
Lost an entire season virtually last year due to a couple of eye
Scherzer.
Yeah, he's got 2 different color eyes.
I'm just now noticing that.
So what's
2 different color eyes and a 99 mile an hour fastball.
Stanton with a drive out to.
Oh, Stanton got it. Deep to left.
That's gone.
My pick to click. Go!
Jesus
That was a
Christ.
bomb. Welcome back, Giancarlo.
That was a cock shot.
Sweet swing, a more flexible Stanton, a more fluid out of the Nolan Ryan book of pitching. Between Gerrit and Gary.
3 balls and a strike to the speedy Trey Turner, who pops into shallow left center field. As a guy that was coaching in high school 5 years ago, how do you deal with Cole? It's a long one out to right. Really opted out of the 2020 season over the COVID concerns. And Cole gets a call on the outside.
So the game is in a rain delay. It was really coming down there at Nationals Park, a lot of lightning. I think they will be able to resume, but it doesn't look like Gerrit Cole is going to be able to get back in this game. All right, so we're still in a rain delay. I figured I would go ahead and give my review of Gerrit Cole's performance. I didn't think he was that sharp. I thought his stuff looked good. He only gave up one hit. It was the home run to Adam Eaton. It looked to me like he was kind of pumped up on adrenaline and was trying to overthrow, so he was missing his spot a little bit. He was even throwing his breaking balls a bit too hard. But, you know, his fastball was up to 99 miles an hour, and he threw some good ones, and he threw some good breaking balls, but he wasn't the usual dominant Cole. And actually, I think that's an okay thing because he was still pretty good. I mean, he still shut down the world champs for just one hit, the solo home run over 5 innings, on a day when he really didn't have his best stuff. So, you know, I think Gerrit Cole will get better as we go along. There's almost no way he's going to come out after the rain delay now. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. So listen to how quickly Max Scherzer knows that he screwed up on this pitch to Giancarlo Stanton that Stanton hits for a 2-run home run. He leaves it right down the middle, and literally the second that contact is made, he drops the Lord's name in vain. Listen for yourself.
Indeed. Stanton with a drive out to left center field, and just like that, the Yankees have jumped in front 2-0 New York.
Let's see that in an instant replay. Okay, sad sax music, but we get a win. Just found out that the game has been called. Yankees win 4-1. Gerrit Cole gets a complete game victory. One hitter in his Yankee debut. Giancarlo Stanton hits a big, long 2-run home run. Aaron Judge had an RBI single and 2 hits. And the Yankees are 1-0. 59 more to go. I'll see you on Saturday night. Thanks for joining. My player of the game is Giancarlo Stanton with the big 2-run home run. And he had another RBI single. 3 RBIs on the night for Giancarlo. Yankees win 4-1.